Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Schermer with a message for our Virgo New Moon, which occurs at 3:37 a.m. on Friday, August 30th. I'm taking a breath because the bigness and the special nature of this message, the incredibly positive and encouraging nature of this message, has me feeling really excited to speak to you today. And my intention here is to be as concise as possible because there is so much to say. It would be easy to write an entire book about this chart, about the signature of this new moon, about all that has come before and all that it is pointing to in our future. So I am first want to say that we have, if you've been following the messages, even if you haven't, that lunar cycles this year, and especially the last 3 or 4 months, have really been indicating and supporting a new platform, a new threshold. Each full moon, and each new moon chart has had a message of new beginnings and fortunate change. And all of this has been guiding us toward personal empowerment. And this chart specifically is speaking to personal empowerment, personal benefit, personal blessing, and the opportunity to personally create and experience blessings in your life that are aligned with your own highest path of purpose and your ability to contribute and participate in fortunate change. So before I even dive in, I want to say that I meditated this morning with Thoth, one of my teachers, and the teacher we honor as the carrier of wisdom for us on earth, with Thoth and with Gaia, asking for support for each person receiving this message. So whoever your own guides and teachers are, you're welcome to call them in now, because this time is one for each of us of personal illumination. And that was emphasized by when I shuffled the cards this morning after meditating. When I shuffled to pull our new moon spread, this card flew out of the deck, the Ace of Cups. So the first message, and this is from Thoth and Gaia, they're both laughing right now. They're saying, trust your heart's desire. Know that it isn't too good to be true. What you dream of isn't too good to be true. I'm feeling emotional right now, so I know it's true. That's a signal that my body has when energy is running or a message is coming through that's in alignment with heart, mind, and soul for all of us. So, and body. So know that the time is coming for new creations that will benefit us all, and we are in the midst of those creations now. So the energy of Virgo is one of mastery, and I have the cards for the Virgo New Moon from the Thoth deck here on the altar. And so the first symbol is the symbol for Virgo, which is a picture of Thoth. This is a painting of Thoth. This is very abstract. The ibis head. Thoth is often depicted having the head of an ibis, which is a symbol of wisdom. And this represents you in a new place of readiness to step into your own wisdom path. And you're guided by your own lantern on this path. The solar illumination of Leo, the sun of Leo, and the fire of Leo, and the creativity and vitality and combustion expansion of Leo is now becoming integrated into your own heart, so that your heart can guide you and you can trust your heart in new ways. This shift from Leo to Virgo is energetically one of the most challenging, in some ways the most challenging of the year, because all of the infinite expansion of Leo and solar illumination now gets brought down into our bodies to prepare us for stepping into the world in a new way. And so if you've been feeling the intensity of this shift, that's because it's real. And so allow that intensity to happen and know that new forms are being birthed within your very body. So a couple of specific teachings on this card. One is, I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but there's wheat in the background. and the Orphic egg. Both of these symbolize infinite potential. They symbolize new beginnings and also the health and abundance of the harvest. Wheat is a symbol of well-being and abundance that sustains us all. And then the final symbol I want to point to that's really important for right now, and it's coming up in our spread in a minute, is the Cerberus, the three-headed dog in the foreground. This is a traditional symbol of a being who guards the underworld with ferocity. And in this picture, he has become a playful puppy scampering alongside of Thoth. And so this is one of the my favorite teachings in the deck, is that as we increase our ability to trust our path, to trust our light, and trust our ability to be guided from our light, our shadow no longer frightens us. It's no longer an enemy or something to be feared. It's a companion, a trusted companion, and a friendly companion. And so we'll say a little bit more. This teaching is coming up in the spread that's coming. So I just wanted to call that to your attention, especially if you work with this deck, because the movement from the Strength Lust card, which was the card for the Leo New Moon, moves into Virgo, and that a solar expansion of being willing to face and incorporate and trust our shadow as our teacher now has become our companion. And so there's a way in which what Thoth is saying now is that you can trust discomfort, any form of discomfort, whatever your current pain point is, whether it's physical or emotional or mental or spiritual, you can trust pain points as signals and teachers. And this is a particular lunar cycle when you can access new ability to read those pain points, to befriend those pain points, and to actually receive information from them. Virgo, perhaps of any cycle in the zodiac, any sign in the zodiac, has the ability to access insight and to work with and to learn from every experience. And so to claim every experience, this is the sign of the desire to learn and to step into mastery and to refine ourselves. So the big message here is to hold curiosity for how circumstances can, and habits and even familiar patterns can feel new to you, and hold new tools and new insights, and then new energy, how they can actually hold secrets and treasures for you. Okay, we're going to look at that in a minute here in the spread. So the final card is the minor arcana card for the first 10 degrees of Virgo, is the Eight of Discs, Prudence. It's a spectacular card. It's a painting of the Tree of Life, and the symbol Prudence refers to, of Sun in Virgo, refers to our ability to participate now in tending the garden of our life, in tending the garden of our physical life, as well as all other aspects of our life, our ability to participate in the flowering of what's happening all around us, and to love the beauty of the earth. So incredibly prosperous and abundant cards, and a very prosperous and abundant chart. The final thing I want to say about the chart, Steve Schroyer and I collaborate with Stephen Schroyer on these astrology messages, and we really have been talking about this chart for days. I pulled it probably 3 weeks ago because I was feeling super curious. And so just know that the blue triangle, this perfection of the harmonic of this blue triangle, indicates a coherence and a blessing to new fortunate changes. And then this clustering of all the personal planets with the new moon in Virgo is saying that this change is personal and it will directly be experienced in your life. This grand trine is in all three of the earth signs, signifying that concrete changes are going to happen. And what Steve says about this, the significance and the power of this astrology, is it's not just a change, it's actually something new. It's a new creation. And so what we're going to talk about now is how you can show up to receive those new creations and to nurture them. That Eight of Discs, the Prudence card, how you can support and nurture new creations in your own life. So let's dive into the spread, and I'm excited to share it with you. So the first card, I'm going to jump to one of the punchlines here, the Seven of Discs reversed. Now, remember that the Eight of Discs, the cards are always, they move in sequence. And so the Eight of Discs we just talked about is the card for where the sun is in Virgo right now and the flowering. The Seven of Discs reversed, the Seven of Discs is called failure. It signifies a fear of failure during change. The reversal indicates a release of the opportunity for a release of all patterns of fear we have during times of change and transformation. So it literally is the movement of that old pattern of fear of failure into the ability to fully participate now in the unfolding of life. Sevens are the card of transformation and of life. And so 7 experiences of transformation or change can bring up fear because it's unknown. The teaching that we work with this card is in mystery school is that we think of each of these as seeds, and they represent the seeds of potential germinating. And there's a beautiful quote about how when a seed germinates, it appears like destruction, but it's actually, because the shell breaks away, it's actually the germination of new life. And so this, I laughed when I turned this over today, because this card right now signals your ability, my ability, our ability to be present to processes of change now and to feel the excitement of them. Knowing that the blessing, knowing that our source and supply is infinite and we are always aligned with love and that we are held with love and that what is happening is incredibly fortunate. And then the card in the position of spirit emphasizes this, because we're going from the 7 to the 8 to the 9. And this is the card in the position of spirit is the 9 of Discs. And the 9 of Discs is called gain. It's a card of the materialization of your hopes and dreams. And it has to do with 9 is the number of the hermit and the number of wisdom. It has to do with coming to a new level of understanding of how to be a full participant in the creation of your life and how to do that with others. So there's incredible support right now. That's what Thoth is saying. You can ask for help in anything you need. The universe and your higher self is fully available right now to enable your participation. And I'm going to put this 8 here because this is the skill that we're using is how to really participate and hold awareness into processes of change. And then the other punchline, this is a really amazing spread, is the death card in circumstances. Death in this spread, in this deck, in the teachings we work with, does not signify death. It signifies transformation and change and the ability to participate in all processes of life from a place of sovereignty. This is a painting of Osiris. The crown represents your crown, you as the Knight of Discs, stepping into sovereignty in the world and in your life and being filled with joy and jubilation at the opportunities for new life and resurrection and new beginnings, new change, new creation. And so this in the position of circumstances has an additional meaning, which is know that circumstances in our lives are changing. The collective, there is a dismantling happening within collective structures. And that's because old systems of authority and authoritarian control are obsolete. And the rise of the individual, the rise of individuals uniting together to create systems that are more centered on life and freedom and truth and justice for all. The rise of empowered individuals is what is creating new structures. So the old structures are dismantling. Death in this position of circumstances indicates our ability now especially with that Seven of Discs reversed, our ability to participate fully in these processes and to celebrate them. This is a spread of celebration and blessing, especially with that Ace of Discs, Ace of Cups falling out of the deck when these cards were emerging. And then the final message, I always like to draw a fourth card. The final message is the Lovers. So the fourth card, something else to consider, is emphasizing that this is a time of fortunate blessing, and a time when you have the opportunity to step into a new relationship with your higher self and with your loved ones. And what Thoth is saying is, Thoth is saying two things right now. He says, falling in love with your heart's desire, falling in love with the divine, coming to a new level of intimacy with your own light. That's the blessing of this new moon. And there's an extra synchronicity here, and that is that in this painting, the figure overseeing the marriage ceremony in the back is the Hermit. And so this is your higher self overseeing your life and your journey and your birth into something new and greater. What beautiful cards, what a beautiful message. The significance of this new moon is nested in a cycle of significant moons, and what's happening is an ongoing process of support. The universe has your back. And again, Gaia is here in the room saying, trust that you are here to experience blessing. You are here to receive blessing, and you are here to offer blessings to others. And this is a cycle in which you can receive those blessings. So practical advice is that Virgo, this ability to dance with the shadow, to embrace our fears, to walk with our fears, Virgo has the ability to discern challenge and to manage challenge and to make good decisions and to use self-discipline to rise to the occasion. This chart is a chart of rising to the occasion, that beautiful trine. And then we didn't talk about all of these signatures. You can go to the astrology article to read more, but the red T-square signifies new clarity about strategic actions that are in alignment with the harmony of what's being created. And so this is a time when you can show up and make good decisions and commit through self-discipline to making decisions in your highest and best. Trust your inner truth and trust in your practices. Use experiences of challenge as opportunities. Breathe from your heart and trust the light within, and you will know the next step to take. So I send intentions for you for a blessed month. Blessings on the journey that we are all on. And deep thanks to Mother Gaia and to Thoth for being with us today and always on this journey. And all of our other teachers and guides, and to each of you as well. So happy new moon, happy month moving forward. If you'd like to see the article that goes with this video, you can go to alchemymysteryschool.com, and then you'll also, in that post, you'll find the link to the astrology article. So have a really fantastic new month. This is Elizabeth Schermer in the Alchemy Mystery School.